first, I want this to really feel as a one-on-one conversation, but since it's really, let's say, something particular right here, I won't be saying too much names and trying to address to make you understand that it's about you, because it's not the point, but rather share my ideas, my thoughts, and how can I say, a bit of discuss our relationship, but in a good manner, in a good way. Just because the name is like a discussion, is it's not that we have to fight or raise our voices, nothing like that, but instead try to understand where we come from and this kind of things. So I um, I don't have any kind of script. I will, throughout the day, I thought of something to say, but I will sing as it comes to me. And please notice that I'm a person that always think of the right words, everything that I have to remember about everything. So if I just casually don't care about not saying the right word at the moment and being the perfect grammar, it already means a lot, because it means that I'm allowing myself to be more vulnerable and to not really, because this will make a lot of sense afterwards, but let's talk about this. We have, when it comes to a relationship, to the way we deal with things in our life, we can act like we'd be in the position of a child that didn't grow up, that face things like by throwing a tantrum, by being aggressive, or crying, being too loud. And you can take the position and the energy of being a grown-up adult, that you can acknowledge that this makes you feel something, but you can deal with that, you can handle with it properly. And alongside with that, we also have different energies, right? You can call the yin and yang, or positive and negative energy. Each of them, they have different traits. We say more like the feminine and the masculine energy, but it doesn't mean that we have both of them inside of us. It's not that you are a man that you can have feminine energy. It's not because I'm a woman by biology that I can have masculine energy, because they are tendencies, they are traits, they are, for example, the in feminine energy. It's more to the creative side, artistic side, where you use your intuition and you are receptive, so you allow things to come to you instead of you having to push them to happen, instead of having to put so much force for things to come to reality. And I will kind of let myself slow down and talk about things in our own pace and just keep going. Well, the masculine energy is this energy of being practical, like I realize I need to do something, I just do something. It's like the feminine energy thinks, how will I accomplish something? Because you can accomplish something, like I have to record a video, okay, but how will I record with a phone camera, with a professional camera, like vertical, horizontal. So how will you do? There are many ways, but a masculine energy will be like, I have to record a video, whatever you have right there, you have a camera, if you record, you did it. So this is the difference, right? And if when you look on biology, the the woman is one who will receive, and fecundate in her womb. So she's the one who receive, and the man's supposed to be the one who comes strong, right? So when you start to realize this, and that we have both these energies, women, we since our society started developing and we started accepting that women can have their own money and have their own professions, because they also have this sense of being valuable, of being of use, to put their talent and skills to good use. They started shifting too much of their energy instead of the feminine energy to the masculine energy, because they have to thrive in an environment that is really competitive. So you need really to stick out, like, you know what I mean, just like stick out. Yeah, you got it. So this really, unbalanced things, because you have women that spend most of their days during their work being in a masculine energy, that they don't know how to be in the position of a woman that can be receptive. And of course, I grew up, I understand, I can accept help and everything else, but it was very hard for me to, because it hurts our pride. Really, it hurts, because you are a capable person, you have your intelligence, your skills, and we have to prove ourselves. We feel like we have to prove ourselves, that we have to be rational, that when I used to post those kind of things on Twitter, that I was emotional and I tweeted a lot. I was like, I think you understand. It just felt like my feelings, they weren't valid. That I was just making a turmoil, a storm in the glass. That, yeah, that I thought so many times, why would anyone like me, when most of the time it looks like I only cry all the time, and I felt like many times going back and deleting everything that I wanted to say, because I didn't feel like validated, because I felt that I couldn't, as a woman, have this kind of feelings and cry and be like, sometimes write in caps lock, because I was being crazy. So, if we got to this point right now where I can talk about this, that I do express myself, but you can see that I changed the way I word it, the way I express it. I'm not like, I don't feel that it's a drama anymore. I feel that I can tell you the things I want you to, without being bossy, or yes, but that I'm only making it clear how things work for me. And if we got to this point, is because I understood how you think. I try to understand how you think, how you act, and you also empathize with me to understand how I feel. So we are balancing each other's polarities. So my dominating side is not as strong. Of course, I do have this energy. When I'm on my job, I go there. I discuss things. Yeah, I will go there and do things. I can accomplish that. But it's on my job. It's an environment where I have to compete. Here, I don't have to compete with you. I don't want to crash with you. I don't want us to. I want us to be partners to complement each other. So my level of manly energy is dropping, of course. That I don't feel like um, you got it, and I can you see? I always needed to explain a lot, to think a lot, to be validated through a rational side, because only by this I would feel, oh my god, yes, I'm not that emotional, over emotional, crazy woman, like hormones and everything. So I had to use a lot of my brain and explain a lot because that's how I felt, you know, seen. But since you empathize with how I feel, that don't you don't act like I'm overreacting, it just takes a huge weight off of my shoulder, because then I can only feel what I feel. If I want to cry, I won't feel awkward like, oh my god, no, I didn't want to cry, I'm crying because of this. I'll just cry and know that you will um, feel, understand what I'm feeling, even if you are not feeling. And I guess you don't have to try to put much feelings. For example, it's awesome if you write poetry, if you write songs. It's wonderful, every gesture, every like big gestures, but you don't have to go over and over and over and try to explain, look, back then I felt like this because this happened and I was afraid. You don't have to, because I already got what you felt. So you don't have to explain everything back then, because I can feel what you feel. So you can just say like, I like you, and etc. If you want to write, okay, a text, something, a paragraph, it's wonderful, it's amazing. But you don't have to like throw, like, be overly like flowery. I just, for example, you don't have to go and, oh my god, my lady, but something like, I really enjoy your company. If you want, I would like to have to a date with you, so please dress nicely, and the place is this, and the time. So just that, right? Because I know it's not rude, it's not cold, you're just being like assertive. Yeah, I feel this, I enjoy your company, so dress nicely because I want to see you there, this day and this date, and that's it. And lastly, to share with you that yesterday I cried, but for a good reason. When I was um, lying on my bed, because since we are balancing our energies, I'm becoming more feminine, more receptive. That instead of telling you, why you did this, and like, um, and instead of doing, I want you to do this and pushing you, I understand that I don't have to push you. I understand that you already have the energy to do, you already have the strength to do, as a man with a healthy masculine energy. Now we are getting into this stage, I guess, that I can be more receptive. I don't have to be in the defense mode all the time, feeling attacked, that I have to, getting in panic. And since I'm being more receptive, and instead of telling you what you have to do, I started like, can you please, I would like you to do this. Can you do this? And then, since you don't have to be like, you got it already. So you will naturally do it. You won't be overthinking, you won't be like over anxiety, because you will be balanced too. So when I realized that we are entering this stage of coming to something concrete that will happen, evidently will happen. I used to, first I was like, doesn't even know me, nothing will happen, nothing will come out of it, it won't do anything, and I used to cry about that, but now I cried because I know it's coming to reality, that if it was such far away on my imagination, and then I started feeling some sort of senses of proximity. Now, when I was lying on my bed before going to sleep, I could kind of visualize you with me and having this moment, and I didn't even feel like thinking anything. I didn't think of anything because I just felt understood in this sense where I don't have to keep explaining with words. And yeah, so this will naturally shift. That's what I wanted to tell, and I wanted to talk about other things, but I think this is the most important one. Your aura already changed, your vibe already changed so much, and mine, I am sure it changed too. And yeah, and if I tell you that please make something like a real statement, it's because I wanted to not have to worry about the other things, so we can enjoy our time. We don't have to keep thinking, oh my god, we're here, but there's something pending to be solved, like back there. So if you solve things with your job, with people who have some expectation towards you, that you know they're waiting for something. So if we solve this before everything, we will have the time to enjoy, the time to be only in our company, and